You met President Barrow yesterday,
Yes.
not for the first time.
Yeah, we had a long meeting lasting over an hour, and naturally, like you said, the issue of the audio ranting of the former president actually was among several things discussed. Well, for President Barrow, the ranting was uncalled for because everybody knows that Jammeh was born here, went to school here, joined the army, staged a coup, was a president for 22 years. So like all Gambians, he is also a Gambian citizen. He has a right to come back to the Gambia. So to suggest with all the threats actually that went with the audio were unnecessary as far as Barrow is concerned. He is a Gambian citizen. He has a right to come back to the Gambia.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but
that's why he's wanted.
Yeah,
the guy is wanted here.
Yeah,
you understand?
Well,
it's the circumstances he seems to, project in the audio that worries people. He doesn't want to come back and be an ordinary citizen as President Barrow expects. He wants to come and push Barrow or whoever is in State House at the time out and take over again.
Or does he have those powers now? Well, President Barrow is less worried about the rantings. For him, President Jame or former President Jame has a right as a Gambian citizen to return home. However, there is a caveat. When he comes to Gambia, the Gambian people want to hear from him regarding all these allegations of atrocities. The liquidation of the 44 plus West African migrants, majority of them Ghanaians, the liquidation of the school children, April 10-11, the liquidation of military officers, November 10-11, the assassination of Deida Haidara, the assassination of his own minister, Usman Korosise. Yeah. All these...
Another journalist, Chief Mane.
Chief Mane. So there's a litany of allegations of murder, of disappearances, of torture, of liquidations, of whatever you call it. So basically, these are the things that former President Jammeh faces when he comes to the Gambia. So, but about his coming back, he's a Gambian, he has a right to come back. However, he's not coming back to #1 Marina Parade. He is no longer president of the Gambia. He has to accept that he is former president. That is his new badge, former president of the Republic of the Gambia. A president who has a lot of questions to answer regarding the financial misappropriation of our resources, the brutalizing of people, the allegations of rape. People who appeared before the TRRC made serious, scurrilous allegations against him and his character. And as former president, he is ultimately responsible for whatever happened under his tenure for 22 years, from July 1994 to December 2016.
Well, we seem to interpret Jammeh's claim to, people know that once he steps back into the country, people will run away. An indirect reference to your boss. So it seems, we are giving serious, opposite interpretations. I would take that to mean that he comes back as president, and then, of course, Barrow, who is supposedly mismanaging the country, health has gone to the dogs, and education is, neither here nor there, would flee the country.
Peter, no. President Barrow, under whatever circumstances, will never flee. We had 3 years Jammeh here. It was a very tense situation. Many people thought, Barrow was going to flee to Senegal. That didn't happen. He will never budge. President Barrow has a clear-cut mandate by the Gambian people. The majority of the Gambian people went to the polls and voted him into power, like they did for Jammeh for 22 years, minus maybe the 4 or 5 years that he staged a coup when he was still in military regalia. Since he left, the commander-in-chief of the armed forces is Barrow. The chief of defense staff is a Barrow appointee. The generality of the administrative cadre of the defense system of the Gambia are President Barrow's appointees. The national security advisor, the director of the SIS, the IGP, immigration, all those people are appointed by Adama Barrow. And they have a clear-cut command under Barrow, and they also command respect among their men and women who serve under them. So how would an exile, who has been exiled for 8 years, a former president, with all these looming allegations of atrocities, of liquidations, of disappearances, of torture, murders, most foul, How could that person just come to the Gambia and just hell breaks loose and everybody flees the Gambia? The Gambian people are stronger than that. December 2016, I doubt if we will ever have a day of infamy like that. In December 2016, when he decided not to abdicate any longer, even though he first conceded and then rescinded, the chaos that ensued and the drama, the political drama of it all.
Some of the people who contributed to that chaos are now good buddies of him, the speaker, the deputy speaker.
Yeah, without a doubt, that is the nature of the beast in politics. In politics, it's a game of compromises, sacrifices, fightings, and reconciliations. That is quite natural.
So you would consider his relationship with Fabakary Tombong Jatta and Sidi Njai as reconciliation?
Naturally, if you won elections, Peter, and I said you would never be sworn in, and it led to some problems.
Not just never be sworn in, over my dead body.
Yeah, but I know, however you put it, the degree doesn't matter. I'm just telling you, so naturally, if Barrow and Sidi Njai didn't reconcile, there was no way he was going to be deputy speaker. Likewise, his boss, Fabakary Tombong Jatta. So politics, that's what politics is. It's rapprochement.
What about, reports that Barrow sent a special envoy to Obiang, and Obiang might be on his way to the Gambia? Will Yaya Jammeh's issue be on the table when, and if these two heads of state meet?
Well, if he is to come, that is, if Obiang is to come. Yes, it is true. There was an envoy, I think Mr. Nyang, who was sent there, special envoy, and then because the program that is going on, I know very little about it. I understand actually began in Equatorial Guinea, just like ECOWAS, Nigeria, Gambia, were the pioneers, Obasanjo and President Jawara. So the respect they accorded him as one of the pioneers culminated to his invitation. So as to whether he is coming or not, unfortunately, that we didn't dwell on.
Let's just assume
he comes.
He comes, yes.
Well, I don't know. It all depends on the chemistry, on the time available. I am not privy to that.
Okay. Let me ask another question. Is President Barrow as keen as most other, if not all other Gambians, to see Jammeh prosecuted?
I think the question is a little bit loaded. Let's put it this way. Is President Jammeh yearning for justice for Barrow? Does Barrow want justice for the victims of the alleged victims, or of the alleged murders and all those? Absolutely. Otherwise, Barrow would have not spent all these resources appointing all these people, looking for international help, all these advisors at the Ministry of Justice. I think the minister was here with his chief advisor this week. So there was no way the TRRC could have taken place. So naturally, President Barrow is very serious. One of the reasons he became candidate was because the situation in the country was untenable. So he is aware. He's never been oblivious of the circumstances that led him to number one Marina Parade. So yes, definitely he wants justice. Whether it's to prosecute Yaya Jammeh, because when I say prosecute Yaya Jammeh means that it's targeting Yaya Jammeh. So Barrow doesn't target him. Barrow he's eyeing for justice. So all we want is for justice to happen. People came before commissions, financial commissions, human rights commissions, and they made allegations. It's not a court of law. It was an inquiry, a commission of inquiry. Mm-hmm. Now, Jammeh should also come and tell us his story. And then the law will take its natural course.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, we're completely out of time.
Yeah, so Adama Barrow is not the judge and the jury. He's the president of the Gambia. He leads the nation. And what he wants is justice. Equal justice under the law. Period.
Finally, any other issue of substance discussed by the two of you?
Well, personal issues, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing about the upcoming 60th anniversary?
Yeah, it's a grand anniversary. I'm so in the...
Does it look grand? When you travel around the country, do you have a sense that, we are gearing up for a major event, in the history of our country?
Yeah, let me put it. I think it was Wole Soyinka who said a tiger doesn't show its tigritude, until when you see what it does. So if you go around McCarthy Square, for the first time they have sunk boreholes on McCarthy Square. in McCarthy Square, and there is sprinklers all over, so it's getting greener and greener. The entire State House is being it's being what do we call it, refurbished, renovated, refurbished, or whatever. You go by the airport, the entire airport corridor is being painted. Within offices.
Suggesting we are expecting some great visitors.
Yeah, dignitaries. Yeah, great visitors. Yeah.
Will they pay the $20 in and $20 out fee?
Peter, you expect them to pay?
I'm asking you.
No, Barrow doesn't pay those fees when he goes to Equatorial Guinea or somewhere. So naturally, the diplomats know.
So why am I being made to pay that $20 in, $20 out?
No, normally if you have a diplomatic passport, you're not supposed to pay. I don't know. So maybe you're not a diplomat. That's why I pay anyway.
How can you pay when you have a diplomatic passport?
Sometimes I pay, sometimes I don't pay. So anyway,
thanks for coming.
Okay, Peter, my pleasure.
All right, Ibrahim Sankareh, Ibrahim G. Sankareh. He insists. Sorry.
Have a nice weekend ahead.
Thank you very much. Have a nice weekend yourself.